Hello and welcome to Fo's Journey Across the Bridge. I'm Focia. How are you guys doing? Happy finally summer is here, I think, in spring. Finally warm weather. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, you're welcome to do so. If you have not yet hit the notification bell, make sure you do so that you get notified when I do post, as I have not been posting regularly for a while. And as well, at the end of the video, if you have enjoyed the video, you are welcome to click the like button and share it with someone so that they can also get some jewels from it if you had received anything helpful. So let's do 3 conscious breaths before we go anywhere, so that we are centered, we are grounded, and we are speaking from our higher self, that we are connected to our source, and that we're not just speaking for speaking, that we are allowing ourselves to be channeling and to allow information to flow through us that not only serves us, empowers us, but that in my sharing with you, hopefully that it inspires you as well. So let's do the 3 conscious breath. Here we go. How has the full moon from yesterday served you? Has it supported you in releasing and letting go of stuck energy, old emotions that no longer have a purpose in your energy field? I was lucky enough yesterday to have someone hold space for me as this rush of like healing that needed to come through, that was just coming to the surface to be released. And I had not realized in the midst of it what was happening. I was just having all these emotions come up, but afterwards I felt really blessed to just be able to have not been interrupted or even denied the opportunity to continue to just express what was coming up for me. And but even so, earlier yesterday, I felt this like pull, like I needed to talk, and then the opportunity came, and I'm so grateful for it. So today I've been inspired to come in and share with you guys, and I usually wait for that to happen, even though I should kind of like look for certain topics that I can come and discuss, and sometimes those happen. But I like when I am led, then I feel like the information that I'm here to share just flows naturally, and that always works best for me, because I don't have to kind of like prepare it in steps from like, what is the beginning, what is the middle, and what's the end, like the conclusion. So I just let it flow as it's supposed to, and I feel satisfied when I do that. And at the same time, when I look back at the video, I feel like all that was meant to have been said is usually said in that form. So I was watching some videos early this morning, and I woke up to this, like, just me swiping and watching all these different like Instagram videos, and going from Instagram to YouTube. It was just like a madman, like looking for something, and I could hear, it's almost like having an out of body experience of some sort, because I was kind of saying to myself like, hey lady, what are you doing? And then I was like, I'm just gonna do this for a little bit. And then it was maybe like a half an hour later where I was like, oh, it's time to really like get up and go start your day. And the reason I bring that up is because I was just doing that as the evening was coming to an end. But the difference that I was noticing was the videos that were surfacing for me were all videos that were centered around positivity, vulnerability, being present, being conscious, surrendering to this truth of all is well, and just understanding that life is enough, and it's very present moment, and that we are being provided for, and that we are enough, and that we are sufficient, and all of those type of messages. And I was like, oh, this is so nice. And so then I thought, you know what, I'm just going to let this this thought that's been like so bullying when he surrounded around money, I'm just gonna let this thought win. Like, I'm gonna let you win. So it's almost like there was this resistance where I was like not accepting this thought or these thoughts around money that kept like trying to convince me of something, right? So I was like, it's like, no, I'm always in this like defensiveness to it, right? So after these videos, I was like, you know what? Okay, if that's the outcome you want, like this is me speaking to the thought, which I'll go further into, is like, if this is what you want, like, okay, let that be the outcome. Like, what do you want me to do is what I was kind of like saying, because it's like, I'm not in agreement with it. I'm not agreeing that this is my truth. So why should I have a thought that says, no, this is it, this is the truth, this is the truth? Why must I step into someone's view, or the view of a thought that keeps imposing itself? Why should I agree with it as if it's my truth, right? So yeah, so it was like, imagine, like, money is trying to become this, and I'm not speaking for everyone, I'm speaking from my experience. It's trying to show up as if it's this thing that has to run everything, right? So it's like it bullies you into taking roles and stepping into type of jobs or activities that don't really align with your soul, doesn't align with your wisdom, with your level of awareness, with your understanding of where you are in life, with your understanding of what life really is about. So it does this fear of like, well, if you want to have access to me, this is money speaking, if you want to have access to me, you better go down this road, or else I'm gonna take this and this and this and this away from you. And at the same time, it's like tries to talk you out of like acquiring the things that are your necessity. Like, if you're gonna go and get things that you need, that you feel like, oh, I need this to be able to not need it in a sense of like life won't go on if I don't have it, but it's a need. It falls under your needs, even though it falls under like a luxury need, but it's still a need. Like, if you say the type of environment where I am requires, like, say I'm hiking, right? I want shoes that are comfortable. I'm not going to go with high heels hiking. So that becomes part of your lifestyle. It's a need that I have to maintain this life style that I have in terms of the things I enjoy, and the healthy aspect that comes from me hiking. Not only am I outdoors getting fresh air, but I'm physically active, all those things, whatever it could be. So then it's like, oh, you don't need that. And then it's like there's this energy around it that then pushes you to do these impulse purchases. And so it's not to say that you're not taking responsibility or accountability for how you are handling that which is given to you in the sense of monetary. But it's what I'm here to speak about is this energy of a thought, and of a it's such a, the movement of this energy and how it shows up and also in thought form is just so, the word I keep using is just a push, like a bully, just want to push you around. And so when you do this impulse purchase, it's like then the guilt come in. So then you are being attacked. That was a bad decision. Why did you go and do that? You shouldn't have done that. So all these different thoughts and voices of this same energy, I'm like, who the hell are you? Who are you? Where are you coming from? What are you trying to say? So it's like, oh, if you do this type of transaction, you're gonna deny yourself this type of lifestyle, or you're gonna put yourself in a difficult situation, and it is so meant to destabilize you that I'm like, no, this is not okay. Because if it's, why can it be this like elder guiding voice or thought, right? Why can't it be like a, excuse me, why can it be like a voice of a grandparent or a great aunt or someone that says, you know, baby, this is how you manage and handle your money. This is what you need to do. You take these steps first, and first you go do that. Make sure you buy yourself some treat. You enjoy chocolate. Give yourself, make sure that, you know, when you're done, you know, paying for your bills, when you're done buying your groceries, remember to go over to that nice boutique that has those chocolate that you love and treat yourself. Why can't it be this like healthy behavior, healthy voice, healthy action? And so the reason I'm also talking about it is because I am conscious of those thoughts, and I am conscious of the actions that are like out of balance and could be dysfunctional. So in my process, in my journey of addressing it, where is this support that is supposed to then help you balance the scale a bit easier? Why is it this like this big, I don't know, and I know when you use metaphors, it's usually like what it is that you are visualizing, you're kind of putting a symbol to this energy, right? So it's like this big monster that's just, it's almost like those big rock monsters that just behind you, and they're like stomping and like talking and like telling you like you're wrong and you shouldn't be doing this. It's like, who cares, right? Do I buy this impulse thing and then it's supposed to what, add to my worth? It doesn't add to my worth. It's only helping me meet a necessity. I'm aware of that, right? And at the same time, if I'm purchasing something that brings me joy because I wear it and I feel good in it, or I decorate my space in it and I enjoy seeing it, I'm bringing, you know, my expression of beauty into my space. Like, why is this thought or this energy bullying me? Why? And so I know that there are people who have experiences before. I know that people in their own higher vibration have arrived at a different level of understanding it. And maybe, you know, like they said, the story of the lady and the frog, or the princess and the frog, or whatever, is all aspects of yourself. Even the controlling parent is also you. Even the frog is also you. Like all of that are aspects of you. It's like, I need to get to a place to understand which aspect of me then, if this can also apply to that perspective, right? So after watching all these videos about like nothing really is going on, nothing really serious is going on. So when your attention is then so pulled in a certain direction, like focus on this, focus on me, I am so important, it's like nothing serious is going on. Nothing serious. Not to say that we've created a system where we in order to acquire things, we need to do these exchanges. That's the system we've created and we live and we use. But that doesn't have to mean that there isn't any other way, first of all, right? And second of all, do I have to be pulled by it so much? Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Like, I know how to find things to be sufficient for me. Like, if I desire to decorate a space and make it so glamorous, it's because I'm capable of doing it. right? And it brings me joy to do it. Like when we were kids, we color and we paint, we create these magnificent things. That's what it does for me. It's like it satisfies my inner child to be able to externally manifest my creative abilities, my creations, right? So it doesn't add to my worth. And so the more I step away and understand that things external of me don't add to my worth, that they just allow me to have an experience of them. So then when this constant, this has been going on for years, this the way that the fear around money, or the judgment around money, or the criticism, or this thought is like, it's been going on for so long, and I've been addressing layers and layers and layers of it, that today I was just like, oh my God, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? You want to be right? Like, this is me talking to the thought. And I read a post by Eckhart Tolle that said, when you're having these thoughts, I didn't read, I heard, it was a post, it was a vocal post that said, when you're, instead of joining your thoughts, or instead of being a participant, just be this observer. And I know this, right? So it's like observing your thoughts, how it's just going about. It's like, it's almost like somewhere in another life, an aspect of you is really having this experience. Maybe it was like through you know, some type of like lack of funds in another life, and that part of you needs to heal and be released. And it's like just chicaning you, like we say here in Quebec, you're being chicaned, like you're being told, off, like, why are you doing this? You should do that. This is not the right thing to do. It's always like your decisions around money is like wrong. This is not the right way to spend money. This is not the right way to, this is not where you should be spending your money in, right? This is because it's like this fear of lack. What if when you need it, you don't have it? What if you find yourself in that circumstance before where you didn't have it? Like, I didn't plan to be in that circumstance, and that circumstance happened, maybe because I didn't have, but I've come out of it. Like, so do I want to continue to be in that circumstance? No, but I don't want to be a slave to money. I don't want to be a slave to like being stuck in this concept of like, hey, you better go down this road of a career because this is going to give you, what if I give you a lifestyle that you know, in order to live comfortably? What if I get to decide what comfortable is? Me, I get to decide. So my idea of comfort could be completely different than someone else's. So I guess this is the when I join this thought rather than observing it, where I'm consciously, actively participating, I'm kind of going, whose thought is this? Why are you imposing your thought about what you think I need money to do for me? I can change my mind. I can change my mind and say all of the materialistic things that I have or that I might enjoy. What if I say I don't need it? I don't want it. There's a guy on my Facebook page I follow, he teaches minimalism and all of that, like, and he has like 5 shirts or whatever, and he, like, I can choose to say I just need only a few things. And I get that you need to have more in case you have people in your life who you are responsible for that want more. Yeah, I get that part. But I could also get to a place where I can meet basic needs, and the rest is like, I don't have to, especially if it's gonna bring me a level of stress or put me on a path that does not align with my soul. Walking down a career path or being around people who are in a low vibration and is pulling my vibration down. What is the price I would put on that? Like, then what price would I put on my vibration? Do I say my vibration is worth 20, 30, 40, 50, 60,000? Am I willing to let my vibration be pulled, or for me to expose myself to environments that actually don't allow my vibration to rise? so that I can have things. And things are fun to have, things are necessity, but I get to decide at what point is the necessity. I can say it's an extreme necessity. I can say it's not, right? And so people can always give you information based on their level of comfort, on their level of what they can handle. So this is why I'm kind of like doing a pushback with the thought, which is like, maybe this is where it's even a loss of energy, because it's like you're supposed to be observing this thought and saying, oh, it's interesting that this thought has this perception. I actually have a different perception. And I can have mine and not need to change the perception of whatever this thought is, this energy that's floating around that's not mine. So this is where I'm kind of growing in that and understanding like, oh, this is my thought. Okay, my thought is not, it's this, and it's different from this other thought, which I don't know whose thought it is. I don't know where is this coming from. It could be me, it could be an aspect of me, I don't know, but I'm not in agreement with it. And the less I give my focus to it, the better it is. But today I was just like, you know what? Having this awareness of like, life is really here to give us an experience where life is amazing. Alhamdulillah, life is amazing. And so then it made me go, well, yeah. So stop trying to bully me, this thought. Life is amazing. Life is great. Life has its roller coasters. We're allowed to have emotions of joy, happiness, sadness, anger, shame, guilt, contentment, satisfaction, all of those things. We can. All of it is normal, right? And we get to experience it. So when life is great, it's great in all those moments. Even when you don't feel great, there's great things coming out of that experience. So I wanted to come and address the fact that I was having this thought and I was responding to it, because I was now able to fully step into like, it's almost like, like, imagine someone is like talking at you and you don't want to get into a fight, an argument with them, right? And right before you leave that space, like you're getting ready to leave that space, getting ready to close the door, and you're like, you know what? First of all, so it was like that, because it was like all of a sudden I was back into this like consciousness, this awareness of like, where am I? What room is this? Where did I step into? What's happening? Because a door had opened for me and this light came in that reminded me that I had stepped out of like my space that was full of light and all the information that aligned with my soul, and I understood that I was to be centered, and I know that I am to be in the present moment, and that alhamdulillah, like the joy of knowing how sufficient you are, the joy of knowing how sufficient the people in your life that you love and care about are, like alhamdulillah, like just being brought back into that awareness, right? So it's like type of moment, and then you're like, you know what, this is where I am. So I'm stepping into this room, and so I had to just like tell this back up, but I didn't even have to do that, right? So hope that you understand my different analogies that I have used and the little journeying of examples that I've provided. And even in when all these different reminders that were coming up for me in terms of like, what they were really offering me was letting me know I was out of alignment, that I was in lower vibration. And it's not to say lower vibration meaning I'm better than people or whatever. No, it's just if I'm in lower vibration, I'm going to experience lower vibration things, right? So, and then it was like, oh, and this time around, I have to say this, right? It was like, oh, what was it that I wanted to say? It was like, it was it was easy to step into this higher vibration, right? It took 5 or 6 videos, and I was like, oh, it was like, I was already in this like full awareness of like, oh, all right, yeah, I know life, life responds to me. Life is there, is happening for me, and there's so much gratitude in every moment that I am enough in doing nothing, that I am provided for, that I am seen, I am heard, I am God knows exactly where I am and exactly where my children are, exactly where my parents are, exactly what everyone is going through. Alhamdulillah. And I can surrender to this bigger power that supports and provides for all things. And I could just rest that things are okay, that things are gonna continue to be okay, that nothing serious is going on, that we are here, that we are experiencing, and that we're sufficient. So the fact that it was easy to step into that, I was like, duh, right? I was like, duh, but not in a judgmental way, but it was like, oh yeah. So if you're having an experience with whatever energy that's just being very present and dominant for a long time, or in the most recent time for you, I would say observe it. But if you get pulled into it, just know that that it's just one aspect. It's just one version. That is just one potential of a point of view that you can choose to agree with, or you can choose to say, huh, there's a thought. I have this thought and this, it doesn't match, right? So you don't have to settle into it. And look for reminders, like pursue them. Like I should have been pursuing them, but I've been instead looking for external confirmations of certain things that it's like temporary satisfaction, like sugar, right? Rather than looking for this sweeter honey type of joy and satisfaction that comes from joy, the joy that is within, that just emerges every time you need it. It's like the sweetness of a mango, right? It's like this, it has this creamy depth to it. And so look for the reminders. I didn't go looking for it, and I had stopped doing that. Like, it's, of course you're gonna find yourself in lower vibration and lower vibration experiences. I actually haven't, here and there, like the other day I was like meditating, but like I need to find ways to remain consistent with my meditation, with my prayer, with my centering myself, with my looking for information and connecting with communities, and whether it's online or whether it's in person, where is this like vibrating just higher, just vibrating higher and having different experiences. I was being pulled into this like old earth type of like, you know, perspective and energy and vibration that I wasn't understanding, as the planet was itself shifting and like raising its vibration, that I had to let go of things that no longer served and could not go with me in my higher consciousness, in my higher vibration. And I was just like, oh yeah, it's something I'll get to later. Yeah, I'll get to later. And I was doing this delay thing, and I can't even tell you why. Because the more I was understanding and knowing that the planet itself was like transforming and raising its vibration, I was like, oh, okay. So, but I wasn't intentionally taking responsibilities and actions and stepping into that. And what does that mean? First of all, it just means like not being pulled into this fear, this old paradigm of like how, you know, fear equals taking this type of action, or you need to acquire this type of wealth to be able to have this type of experience, or you need to have this physical thing in order to have a peaceful experience. Like, you knowing and having information and having this awareness of like your power, your power as a soul, and to know that you're a spirit on this, your soul on a spiritual experience as a human, knowing all of that, and then not doing and taking the right steps and actions to really continue to remain everyday present with that, but then allowing everyday life to kind of pull you into the nitty and gritty of like small things of every day that are really like not that significant, and then you focus all your energy on it, so you become this like tunnel focus on this thing that's not really the full truth of life. Is just so small. So I've been really allowing my focus to be on this small hustle and bustle, or like just hustling through. Like, that's so old. That's so old. That's now how the energy and vibration of this new experience that we're having on this planet is. And if I keep myself in the old way of doing things, I'm going to continue having that same old experience. And so I didn't see the importance of like stepping into the next level of my vibration. But now I'm seeing like it's not just I must, it's necessary. It's necessary for me. It's necessary for my children. It's necessary for people in my life that are ready to take their vibration higher, because we're gonna have a different experience, right? We're gonna have a different experience. If not, we're gonna be in lower vibration, experiencing cycles that we've already been through, cycles that we've already healed. I've already healed it. Okay, I've already healed it. So just wanted to come and share with you guys, and in my storytelling of my experience, I just like to share it as is, and I tried to make the connection between when I didn't have clarity and the moment that I did have the awareness where the shift had taken place, and what is the new perspective that I have. And I hope that in my way of sharing, that it does take you from beginning to center to this end, where I bridge the two, where the place before and the place arrived at after, and what that middle space looked like, that bridge, right? That, Fo's journey across the bridge. So I'm really hoping that as I try to share naturally, at the same time, I don't want to just kind of like, I don't want my story of my experience of me sharing it to just meet you at the beginning and leave you there. That even if I just leave breadcrumbs on the bridge, that I know one day you'll find your way to get over that bridge, right? Because not everyone is going to be ready at the same time to cross that bridge to get to the other side, to have the awareness they need to have to make the changes they need to make, right? So hopefully the breadcrumbs that I do leave help. Hopefully, if my video is some type of support in terms of hand holding to say, come on, you got this, I got your hand, I can help you over the bridge. I hope that it does that for you as well. At the same time, if we're just walking and talking on the bridge, if I say, come on, you got this, I'll walk beside you, or I could be on the other side of the bridge and say, come on, one step in front of the other. I'm hoping that that's what I am offering through my videos and my personal life experience, that I am actually overcoming and expanding in and blooming in and growing in, that is also giving you the tools to do so. So I am Fozia, and you have tuned into Fo's Journey Across the Bridge, and my eyes are being teeny tiny small because I know when I'm tired they get small, but lately and for a while now. Actually, it's just something, my eyes just feel so heavy, like if I'm here, what is that? But anyways, you like my eyeshadow? Very bright. um if you like the video, I hope you share it with someone who can also benefit from it. If you're not yet a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe if you like, and click the like button if you enjoyed the video, and hit the notification bell. You know why? Because when I do post, you'll be notified, because you know I might say something that might just be useful for you. You know, you never know. So I am Fozia again, like I said, and welcome to my journey across the bridge. So take care. Bye bye.